Hello, 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 everybody. It is so exciting to be here. Actually, I haven't come on live in a while, so I'm a little bit rusty. Definitely, pardon me. But yeah, super excited to be on your screens again. Thank you, everybody, for joining. This is a very casual stream, and the goal is essentially to goose around, to build something nice or fun while we also learn, some of the strengths, how to use goose, and just, different techniques. But today we're starting very simple. I'm wearing a hoodie right now because it's essentially snowing outside. I'm in Amsterdam. I live in Amsterdam. It's 3 p.m. here and it's snowing. It's so cold. But enough of the side stories. Let's get started. If you are joining, if you're in chat, do say hello. Let me also know where you're joining from and what your weather looks like, right? Or what it feels like in general. But yeah, super thrilled and excited to be back on your screens. Um, so what are we doing today? We're essentially going to try to build a web application, as the title says, without actually writing code myself. I'm going to be trying to build this web application, a simple web application, if I may add. Hey Tanya, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Um, you are joining from New York. Hey Rizal, Boston is usually warm, but in a drought. Damn, I'm sorry about that. It's unusually warm. Oh, right. That must be freezing. That's like the opposite of here. It's not unusually cold, but it's super cold right now. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. So today we're going to be building a very simple web application. It's actually something I'm planning to use, which is one of the reasons why I was super excited to try and use Goose to build this, and I wanted to just show people as I try that. This application is a web app. It's very simple, and the goal is to not to write any code by myself, but to use Goose to write every single code as much as possible. So, what is our application? Let me see if I can show my screen. Right. So the app I want to build today is called Routines. And why Routines? Actually, over a year ago now, when I joined Block, we got this book called The Checklist Manifesto, and it's a book that essentially just covered how different, people, experts, specialists in different areas of life, could be in what's it called? The pilots, could be engineers, structural engineers, civil engineers, and the likes, always have a form of checklist, to actually start building or implement some of their techniques or solutions in their field of expertise. So I thought to myself, what if I have like a very simple app where I have like a set of routines or steps that I carry out every single time I'm about to do something. So let's say I want to go live like this. I have, it's just very simple. I have a list of steps that every time I'm like, oh, go live, it shows me the checklist of the steps I always want to do. And as I'm doing them, I'm checking them off. And then once I'm done, I'm like complete, and it gives me whatever reward. I am sure there's probably a mobile app somewhere that does this, but that is the kind of application that we're going to be trying to use Goose to build today. Sounds cool? I hope it does. Um, that's essentially the intro. It's time to get our hands extremely dirty, or not so dirty because Goose will be doing the dirty work. But I'm planning to call it routines. It's a simple web app to execute your routines. Every routine you create has a list of items called steps that you have to go through before you complete the routine. And then you can track your routines, you can track the steps, and you can also track uh, like literally every single time that you start a new routine. Sounds fun? Let me know. I hope it does sound fun. So I have started my Goose session here. Um, we're not gonna be using prompts all through. If you have any ideas, I'm sure there are probably more, more more features in Goose that I'm not gonna use yet. Like what's it called, like the instructions of the plan. I just want to keep it as basic as possible for a start to walk through each of the steps and then see how Goose kind of interacts with me and the entire experience of it. So, um, what's the first prompt to build? Let's build. I like talking to AI. essentially like it's what's it called? Like it's my friend. Also, if you don't know what Goose is, you can definitely check out the GitHub repository, github.com/blog/slash Goose, and then you see the documentation and everything right over there. But let's get into it. Let's build a simple web app that is mobile friendly and responsive, if I may add, called routines. I love the name. I think I do good with names. I try my best. Oh yeah, Rizal just said I like the name of it. Thank you. I like the name of it too. Let's build a simple web app that is mobile friendly and responsive called routines. Um, it should, excuse me, allow users create a new routine where they can add steps, right? I think that's kind of descriptive. So let's just create a new routine where they can add steps, uh, and they should be able to. I'm not sure this is a very good instruction, but let's see. They should be able to start any of these routines that then creates a, a new instance of the routine with the steps as checklists, as checklist items for the user to complete. How would you guys rate my prompt engineering over 10? It has to be 20 over 10, 100%. Um, is there anything we should add? Let's build a simple web app that is mobile friendly. Is this clear? Ooh, that's too big. Sorry. Let's build a simple web app that is mobile friendly and responsive called routines. It should allow users create a new routine where they can add steps, and they should be able to start any of the routines that then creates a new instance of the routine with the steps as checklist items for the user to complete. Okay, build this using Vue and Tailwind CSS. Let's make it more complex. What do you think? All right, drum roll. Boom. Let's see what happens. Okay, okay. So we're getting a bit of response here. He kind of listed out the task. He said he's going to initialize a new Vue 3 project using Vite or Vite, as the case may be. He's going to integrate Tailwind CSS into the Vue project. He's going to create a responsive layout for the routines web app, implement the routines creation feature, implement functionality to start a routine and create an instance with the steps as checklist items. And then it's going to test the application for mobile responsiveness and user functionality. So what's the first step is npm init vite routines, creating a new template from Vue. Okay, nice. I haven't seen the folder pop up here, so let's see what's gonna happen. Hopefully it doesn't take too much time. Any thoughts so far, guys? I like the way he listed the status out. I'm guessing it's going to update for each of the steps. It's going to be like, okay, this is done, check. And I think I have a feeling I know why it's taking. Can anyone hear me? Oh yeah, I'm still here. Yes, it is actually WAP. I just turned it off, but I think I might have to stop the. And I did not want to do this, but I think I might have to stop the request and go again. So it's definitely WAP. I should have turned that off before I started streaming. That's definitely my bad. So I'm gonna just stop this real quick and then run it again. Control D. Let's see. Um, Start again. Run it again. You start this call? Is that it? Start the call. Okay. That sounds smart. My WAP is now turned off, so this should be quicker, I hope. Yes. Checking on shell status, running shell command. Dun, 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 dun. I should have turned off WAP, which is kind of like the things that this routines application should help with. So anytime I'm about to go live, I'm just gonna have that item on the checklist, like turn off WAP. Oh, I never did that before. I never put it just that was a good thing. Yeah, because I think it has a bit of like memory and context. So I just try to like talk to it as if I'm actually talking to somebody. As if I'm Robert talking with like an actual person in code. Of course, it's an AI agent, and I just try and use those kind of prompts with like, yo, that last thing you were doing, do it again. Because otherwise, I would have to maybe go through the prompts from the beginning. But now I wish I could actually see each of the steps. So probably that's something to include, like, yo, let me know what's going on with each of the steps. Because he actually hasn't created the project yet. And I wonder why that is. Okay. Yeah, there was a network connectivity issue when trying to initiate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and run this command on a separate terminal just to confirm that I personally don't have, what's it called? Needs tests. I need to see if I personally have a network issue. Because I think that's what the issue is. It's probably what. But I turn it off, so that shouldn't. Yo, Give, what's up? Thank you for joining the stream. Welcome. Happy to have you here. It is interesting to see the responses, but right now, my own network configurations is what is causing a delay. And I am so sad to see that, to be honest. Um, but yeah, because you can clearly see that this npm init is just not working right now for reasons that is particular, most likely to my network. Hmm. It's taking so long. Yep, it's. I'm currently going through like an error kind of. I'm going to authenticate WAP and then I'll turn it off again and then try it. I'm doing that on a. I guess this is what happens when you try to live prompt code. Oh my days. Let's try it one more time before I then go back to. Yeah, it's taking way too long. No, I'm gonna go to the old project and npm install in there first. Let's see. Oh, it's Python. Sorry. Yeah, there's a packet. Oh, no packet JSON. Interesting. Is it here? Okay. CD. I need to see if npm is able to install on my network right now. I think that's the issue. Oh, it just did. Okay, cd. So let's run the npm init again. Okay, now it's working. It's working. I'm gonna not proceed just because I can see that it's working, and then we're gonna go back to Goose. Oops, sorry. Oh, I thought it looked good before. What happened? All right. What should I have resolved the network issue. I like talking to Goose like this. Like, I have resolved the network issue. Try again. This would be dope if you just picks it up. Exactly. Just picks it up from there and it goes. Yep. Okay, check. First step is a check, ladies and gentlemen. Um, let's keep it going. Goose is your friend. um, this happened to me when I was streaming with you yesterday. What don't want to? Oh, come on! What are we gonna do? Yeah, walk. I guess I just have to remind myself every single time, like, oh, turn off WAP. But right now, I have to turn it back on. Yeah, and it's working, it seems. So at least I hope. We have our routines folder created. Sweet. Vit is created. We have our package JSON. Um, all of this we haven't written any single line of code, ladies and gentlemen. Name is routines. Our index.html is also live. Let me see. It's creating components. Okay, that's just the default view installation. But packages are being installed. Let's go back to Goose. Okay, so now it's installing Tailwind. Okay, it's going through all of the steps, ladies and gentlemen. It's going through all of the steps. Um, it's fun seeing the chaos. Oh my god. um, Goose is your friend. 100% agree. Goose is your friend. Yay, it's working, thankfully. So now we've gone through some of the steps. We fixed our network issue. I told it to try again. We installed Vue. We have Vue installed. npm install is done, I think. And now it's installing Tailwind, which is cool. And now it's configuring Tailwind with the styling. It's editing it. It's adding new styles for us. Okay. 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 Second step. Oh, like it's literally updating us all through the way, all through the steps. So it has integrated Tailwind successfully into the project. And now it's creating a responsive layout for the routines web app. So it's the feedback is the Vue project has been initialized and Tailwind is successfully integrated. So yes, please go ahead. I'm not planning to write any code today. I'm not writing any code today. Okay, so it's creating the app.view. Okay, routine manager, nice from the components. So we should have a routine manager components created here soon. We have the app.view, newly created app.view. 1 second, just reduce this a bit. Yep. Yep, it's creating our code. Nice. All right, we have the routine manager created as well. New routine name. So it allows me to add a routine name and then it submits. But what about the steps? Oh yeah, steps are here, but let's see what the implementation is going to look like. Because to be interesting if the implementation is just off, right? And he has is this a dummy routine? Morning routine, wake up, brush teeth, breakfast. I'm liking it actually. Logic to start a routine can be implemented here. I want you to implement it for me. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to Goose. So yeah, it's creating the basic structure. Nice functions. I just went through all of those. So it's saying it has implemented the routine creation feature, allowing users to add steps. It has implemented the functionality to start a routine, but it did not actually implement the functionality. Funny story. Funny story. When I was in the university, I think it was my third year, I was writing a Java exam and I did not like Java. I'm sorry, Angie, if you're watching this later on. I did not like Java. But I was writing a Java exam, and I think if I remember correctly, the exam question was write a class to what's it called? To find the square root of a number. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I can't remember, but I think it was write a class to calculate the square root of a number. And then I was writing, and funny enough, we're not typing this out on a computer. I was in University of Ilorin back then, and we had to write the class out on a sheet of paper, like with the braces, using your pen and paper. So I did the entire thing, like the most of the classes. But when it got to where I would actually implement the function to calculate the square root, I did exactly this. I was like, comment, logic to calculate square root goes here. And I submitted. It was terrible. I'm sorry. I barely survived that course. But this just reminded me of that. So no, this functionality is implemented yet, but we'll come back to it. So he's saying um, the setup for the routines web application is complete with Vue. Implemented the features, create routine steps, and start a routine. However, to test the application, I need to run the development server. So do you know? Do you think I can ask Goose to run the dev server in a separate terminal? I wonder if you can operate my laptop or my computer that way, in a separate terminal. Let's see. Is my terminal open? Okay. I wonder what it's gonna do about that. Maybe I'm pushing it too far. I know, right? A plus for effort. I did not get an A. I did not get an A. Okay, I don't know if you can do that. I usually see people just exactly. That's what I thought. So, yeah, exactly. That sounds like we're pushing it too far. Oh shit, we have errors. Sorry, my language. We have errors in our terminal. So I'm just gonna create a new one. No fish. Sorry, I need to fix my let's so cd routines npm run dev. So we have locals 5. Oops. Oops. What did I just do? What's going on? Right. So 1 second, un momento. Right. So we have this is what Goose has created for us. Starting morning routine. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing maybe the explanation was ambiguous because when I say start routine, am I expecting the web application to do the routine for me? Right? So I guess this is where I will have to like then guide Goose as an AI agent on okay, this is what I actually want it to look like, and then watch it, kind of like make changes in real time. But let's see, test routine. I don't know where it's saving it. Okay, add step. This is nice. Let's see. Wake up. Oh, no, not wake up. Buy food. Eat it. Sleep. This is nice. Okay, and I think there's validation if I'm adding step and without typing, it doesn't put it in there. But we can see like a basic functionality for this example project. Now, what we have to like do is go back, go back to. So, can you guys see this clearly, or should I zoom in? I got carried away there. Is to go back to Goose and then tell it to kind of like clean up some of these things, right? Looking good so far, I think. So, what do we need to change? First up, I would want it um, to only list the title of the routines on what's it called on the home page, and then when I click on a routine, it expands and shows me the steps that are under the routines and allows me to add a step or delete a step. Okay, let me just start typing this. Okay, nice so far. A couple of dates. I'm talking to you like it's my best friend, no? A couple of dates. I want you to only list the title. Oh, okay, I want you to only show the title of the app, or should I say the name of the app instead? Name of the app, list of the, what's it called? Of the routines I have, with a button at the bottom to create a new routine. And then, should we pop up a model? I think if I have to pop up a model, that's probably going to take it somewhere else. But like, and then, okay, wait, let's see. A couple of updates. I want you to only show the name of the app, list of the routines I have with the button at the bottom to create a new routine. And when and only show, or what's it called? Show or hide the steps under a routine when I click on the routine name. Let's see what's going to happen. But even with this first example implementation, if I had to like just quickly start building this by myself, um, it's gonna take me more than however how many minutes you spent on this stream. Even if I'm going to Chat GPT and I'm telling Chat GPT, oh, I want to like, ooh, okay, okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. But so I think he's confused by what this start routine means, right? Um, let's see. Let me ask you the question. Before we go, I'm going to ask you the question and see if you can give me, if you can explain what that's done so far to me. For example, like, where is this storing uh, the new routines that I create, right? That's like a question I can ask. Um, let's see. Okay, so I've updated the routines application with your requirements. The application now initially. Please let me know if you can see the text. I can make it bigger, uh, but it just looks crazy like this. It looks crazy. Okay. Let's hide this guy. We don't need this one at the moment. I've updated the routines application with your requirements. The application now initially displays only the name of the routines. Clicking on the routine name will toggle the visibility of the steps. There's a button labeled create new routine to show a form to add a new routine. Let's see. I didn't create on that. Oh, nice. So add a new routine, test routine, add routine, boom, boom, boom. How do I add steps to the routine? Damn, it's gone. I can't add steps anymore. Okay, so that's a bug. Um, you can test this update by running development server again with the npm run dev command in the directory. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to modify or add. Oh, you can see, nice. Oh, welcome, Toy Stars. Welcome back today. Of course, it's your best friend. Oh, you can see. Thank you. If anyone also has any ideas or prompt, suggestions that we can introduce or ask Goose to, add to our application, let me know. So far, I'm just going with some of the thoughts in my head. But right now, things that stand out that we need to do is to, what's it called? I think I want to make this start a routine button just once so that when I like, oh, if I click on start routine, it asks me what routine to start. Or maybe the button should be by the side. Something we just need some kind of like UI revamp entirely. Before we get to UI revamp, there's no way for me to add new routines. And I mentioned that let's ask Goose questions to see how we like what he understands about the project. Where are new routines stored when I had them? He has all the context. So he says, currently the routines are only stored in the local state of the view app, which means after every refresh, it disappears. So the routines exist in memory while the application is running. If you refresh or close, they'll be lost. So to handle persistence, you might consider local storage or server-side storage. So I'm gonna say implement. That sounds too. That sounds like a complicated word. um, Store the new routines in local storage, but also let me be able to delete the routines. All right, cool. So Tanya says maybe trying to specify what style routine does. Yeah, I was gonna get to that and set a duration for the routine. Like if completes a day or something. I see. I'm gonna start with specifying what style routine does because that is one part that we. Is my video frozen? Seems like my video is frozen. But can you guys hear me? I hope so. So yeah, if you can still hear me, I can still see the screen. Let me 1 second. Looks like it's good. Sorry for the breaking transmission. So the last instruction was study new routines in local storage, but let me be able to delete your routines. And our feedback was adding so there's a start routine and there's a delete routine. Nice with the index, which is cool. Let's see what that looks like. And then it's storing local storage in routines. Cool stuff. All right. So I've updated the application to store routines and to delete button to remove routines. All right. Let's go back to. Oh, okay. So there's no longer. This is nice, by the way. This is nice, by the way. But there's no longer any dummy routine created in the beginning. You took that out. So create a new routine. Go live. Add routine. I can delete it. Sweet. I'm sorry. I think that was loud. But now we're taking a step there. So create a new routine. Make money. All right. So the question is, what do we do now that we can create a new routine? See, go live again. Sorry. Question is, for each routine, what happens? How do I add steps to it? Right. So we're gonna get once we get through adding steps to the routine, then what's it called? We start explaining what it means to start a routine. Add what's the best way to describe that? I can no longer. I'm actually not going to tell you how to fix it. I'm just going to ask you. I can't do this. Let me be able to do this and see what route it takes. I can no longer add steps to a routine. Fix it. Fix it. I sound like a godfather. Fix it. All right, let's see. I wonder what he's thinking about. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to quickly scan through some of the apps of components that is built. So now we have like damn, this is like a 120 lines component. Window too small. Sorry. Okay. What did we do here? Let's see. Okay. Certain. Switch back to. Okay. I can no longer add steps to your routine. Fix it. What does it do? Bunch of updates. I'm not seeing anything that has to do with steps. Okay, show steps, false. Add a step, you take the, okay. All right, I have fixed the issue. You should not be able to add steps to everything as expected. Here's a quick overview of the changes. The step input field and its corresponding form were restored to be visible and functional under each routine when the steps are shown. Adjustments were made to ensure that the input field for new steps is managed uniquely for each routine. Nice. So if we go back here and I click on this, it's the routine, the steps. When I click on it, nice. So let's say make money, go to school, learn, get a job. But what if I want to remove a step? It's not gonna let me do that yet. Boom. I see. Interesting. Go live, come up with an idea, design the image. Let me refresh. Yeah, everything we have is still right here. It's looking good so far. I mean, it's not very pretty, but everything seems to be working as it should, except the start. Delete is also, if I delete this, wipes everything out. Creating routine, go live, add routine. Let me check my local storage. Let's see if it's storing it separately. Yep, routines. Is adding the steps. Yep. It's adding the steps under the objects. Looking good. Steps are go to school, learn, get a job. All right. So let's explain what start a routine means. Hey Angie, welcome. Tanya said something bad about Java earlier. Not me, Tanya. So so yeah, so far we've been able to get Goose to build all of this out without writing a single line of code, all in 30 minutes of cooking, as case may be. So the next step for us is to be able to actually get, anytime we click on start, they actually create a new, should I say, instance. Um, I'm sorry, Tanya. Yeah, so each time we click on start, it creates a new instance of any of the routines. Um, I don't know how I'm going to explain that to Goose yet. So let's say when a step is added, it's only listed as a step, not a checklist. But when a user starts the routine, a new what word should we call it? A new ongoing routine starts with the steps as a checklist. So I have different sections for available routines and ongoing routines. I think this sounds like something doable, right? Let's see. I was hosting Java, not gonna lie. Where it is. But yeah, let's see what Ghost is gonna cook up for us this time around. All right, so we have a bunch of updates. Let's see. Routine manager. I'm not gonna go through the code right now because this is way too big for me, if I'm being honest. So the application has been updated to include separate sections. There are now two distinct sections: one for available routines, another for ongoing routines. Then the checklist for ongoing routines. So let's see what we have. 1 second, switching. Dun-dun-dun. Okay, so we have available routines and 0 in ongoing routines. Can everyone see this clearly? Should I zoom in a bit? Ooh, too much. Sorry. Let me zoom in on this guy. Right. So we have make money. We have a couple of steps. Starts. Boom. So it's putting ongoing routines at the bottom. But then, how do I click that I've completed routine? Nice. But essentially, this is essentially what the initial goal was. So you have like a bunch of steps for each routine, and then once you start it, but can you start multiple? Ooh, I can start multiple. Damn. Okay. um, how does it store it though? It's not storing it. Yep, it's not storing it. Should we make it store the ongoing routines or just let it go? Maybe not. Actually, does it need to store the ongoing routines? I don't think so. All right. Let's see. So I think the next step, welcoming any ideas by the way in chat, is every time I click on start, it starts a new ongoing routine and then allow users click on complete routine after all the checklists, after all the steps of a routine of an ongoing routine has been checked. Store and increase a completed routines counter and also display this counter on the page, right? I think that sounds fun. Boom. I know, right? Angie, I haven't written a single line of code and I have an application that I can actually use once I just kind of like beautify it, I think. And I think that's one of the most exciting parts about this so far. We are 40 minutes in, we have built an application, and I haven't written a single line of code. And there are also like tiny nuances, like adding stuff like this. I mean, these days they are pretty easy with some of the frameworks, but I don't have a headache. I don't have a headache. Um, and so far so good, I think. So let's start a new routine, make money. I've gone to school, I've learned, I got a job. Boom, complete routine shows up. Complete routine. And that's it. It's gone. Completed routines is one. Let's go live. No steps yet. But if I click start, it starts. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Don't let me start a routine that has no steps. Show a model prompting me to add steps. Ta-dum-dum-dum. So that is the next step, Angie. Can Goose style it in a way that I know you don't like CSS, for example. So it's gonna be a lifesaver if I can just be like, yo, Goose, make this beautiful. And if it does, I'm good. I'm gonna do that next. And see what that looks like. Let's see. So it's updating some of the code, I believe. We've essentially gone through all of the steps. Yep. Without writing a single line of code. I think that's mind blowing. So it has added a bunch of code in here and it explained at the end saying, I've added a feature that ensures you can't start a routine without steps. If you attempt to start a routine, a model will appear and then what's it called? And then now it validates the steps before you can be started. So going back to this guy, click on start. Hmm. Oh, so the modal shows as a page. So it's saying routine has no steps. Add steps to the routine before starting. Okay. Click again. Okay. That's a bit different from what we asked it to do, but the functionality is there. Um, so I think I want to move. Actually, no, before I do that, because let's see. Yeah, let me do that first before I ask it to beautify the page. Move ongoing routines to appear on top of available routines. What we're gonna do next, if it works, I'm gonna be absolutely blown away because we're gonna be asking, without any specific instructions, I'm gonna be asking Goose to actually style and beautify this application. And if that works beautifully, there goes my demo applications. All right, let's see. Is moving this. Processing the request. That is done. Let's see if there's anything I might be missing up here. Nope. Too much code. Okay, so best set counter, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the sections for ongoing and availabilities have been rearranged. Now they appear above it. That was a simple request. Refresh if I need to. I start. The message still goes down here. What if I start this guy? Yeah, so ongoing routines goes up here. The message goes down there. I can't cancel a routine, but yeah, that's one thing, canceling a routine. So for the final step, the interesting part, I like the functionality so far. You have to like butter up the goose. I like the functionality so far, but it doesn't look quite pretty. Doesn't look pretty. Can you improve the styling so that it looks like a production ready, mobile responsive? This is probably going to take a while. Can you improve the style so that it looks like a production ready, mobile responsive app? Let's see. Too complex? Crazy prompt? Time to find out. All right. It is time to see what happens. Okay. Let's see what it did for you. Okay, so you just went back to like the CSS. At least it did not get offended. That's good. Are there some transform? Okay. Okay. The styling is styling. I'm seeing different colors, ladies and gentlemen. You wonder if you can reference the text. Sorry, one sec. So make it pretty. Just can make it can start it to write. That's what we're finding out right now. Um, as someone who likes specific color schemes, I wonder if you can reference a text file or something from multiple apps. I think so. So I'm sure if you have like a like what's the word for it? You have like a brand document. I think it's something that you can be like a goose reference either by a link or if it's already in your project like locally. I think you can reference that in goose like you use this. Uh, but looking at the updates, you can see like different colors. I'm a bit shy, not shy, anyways, to switch back to the other page. And then yeah, a style sheet too. Yeah, exactly. You can also reference the style sheet. So the styling has been updated to keep the routines having more published and production ready look. Key enhancements include modern fonts and colors, button and modal styles, and mobile responsiveness. Is everybody ready? Drum roll, drum roll. Ta-da! Uh-oh. Okay. It made a bit of an update, but not so pretty. Not so pretty. Where did all the colors go? Oops, that was a mistake. You guys saw you saw the indigo, amber, red. Where did all of that go? Oh my god. All right, so let's create a new routine. Um, supposed to make money. Add routine. Let's click on into add step. Poof. Okay, that's not cool. Um, go to school, learn, get a job. All right, so he cleaned it up, but it's not looking very pretty yet. And it seems like the audience is disappointed a little bit, a little bit. So now it's what can we go back to tell Goose now? Because it changed the fonts. I can see some colors. What can we go back to tell Goose to fix? I'm thinking, like it was said in the chat, make it pretty Goose. Come on. I'm sorry. Let's find out. I can't lie. I'm actually having a good time just pushing this guy up and seeing how far we can get. All right, so it's doing other things. It's doing more things. Okay, I'm giving it a more visually appealing and modern design with this announcement. Color. It says colors and fonts again. Design elements. Card and modal. Card and okay, okay. Are you ready again? Are you ready? Come on, Goose. Where's the? I mean, the buttons are changing, but where's all the fancy things? Oh my days. You know what? I don't see the cards or the over effect. Are you gaslighting me, Goose? Okay. I mean, this is a very tough one because okay, yeah, the colors aren't showing. Yeah, exactly. It's currently processing a request. I'll do that after this. Um, this might also be where toolkits come into play because I think there's a screenshot toolkit. I don't think I'm using that right now. Um, oh right, but I can see the styles kind of like change for some of the buttons. It's just not putting the color. I'll ask you where it puts the color, I guess. Okay. Okay, starting to change things. Starting to change things. Yeah, the HTML is getting updated, I think. Because it's in the, what's it called? It's in the same place. So it's adding all of the colors to the template as well. But yeah, I was saying that this might also be where toolkits come into play. Like a toolkit can enable it, like actually take a screenshot of the page and then kind of like, I don't know, replicate something. Um, but I think this is where the nitty gritty starts to come into play, where you have to like be very specific with what you want, like taking out the, what's it called, the list item dots, putting gaps between the between the cards, centralizing the button. But we've come a long way. Still a long way to go. I think Angie said the colors aren't showing. Okay, the colors aren't showing. Is the HTML updated? I see. Hey Kieran, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us on this Goosing Around adventure. All right, so the colors aren't showing. Is the HTML updated? It's checking. Okay, saying it is that I should clear cache if it's not showing up. Says it's my problem if it's not showing up. um, let's see. I think this is now where it gets into like what exact prompt can I say? Like, do I reference maybe a document or describe how exactly I want it to look? So, for example, I'm like, let the input fields styling match the buttons. Have a consistent font sizing for the texts. What else can we change? Hide the list. I forgot what that thing is called. Add the list. Does anyone know what this is called again? I forgot. I forgot what it's called. I think it's a list item marker. Is it? Yeah. Item marker, and put some padding spacing so that it does space and padding and margin between the cards. Um, are we making progress? Uh, Centralize the create a new routine button. Excuse me. What else? What else can we do? Um, put, let's see, put the steps, make the steps a prettier list. I don't know, with a small title called steps under the card. All right, let's see. It's a pleasure to join Ghost events. It's always colorful and knowledgeable. Thank you, Kiran. I'm glad you're learning one or two from this. It's also like a learning process for myself as well and everyone in the audience, trying to do different things with Ghost and see what happens with that. All right, so we're getting somewhere. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what's happening on the other side. Okay, this is what it looks like now. Wait, let me refresh because the cards are not in the center. But can you guys see the bounce? Let me zoom in. There's not a bounce. Sorry, should I this guy? There's not a bounce on each of the cards on focus. Oh, but the start and delete buttons are too big. I'm gonna ask it to turn into an icon. It's still processing. Interesting. What's it doing? Uh, okay, so this is my last instruction. Okay, consider styling. Input fields now match button styling with consistent font size across elements, spacing adjustments, step list presentation. But this is what we get. Okay, added the steps underneath. Um, okay, nice. Getting there, I think. Um, it did not centralize the create new routine button, although I asked you to. But so far, we're getting close to an hour. It's probably a good idea to start wrapping up. What do we think? How are we going to rate or grade Goose so far on a scale of 10, 1 to 10, building this application without actually writing a single line of code? But one last thing before I go. Nice. Well done. Now make the start and delete buttons icons instead. Also, what's it called? Align the steps to the left and put some line spacing between them. Basically, I think you can now start to like instruct Goose to probably manually do the UI changes, right? I think make the buttons different colors by default, just to add more color. That's probably going to be chaotic. Yeah, default, make the cards full width of the container, I think. This is probably my last instruction before we wrap it up, call it a day. But I think with just some of these instructions, we've been able to build a very, very simple application. Now I'm asking it to probably install an icon package because that's what it's gonna use. That instruction is probably confusing a bit as well because I'm like, make the start and delete buttons icons. But like that's ambiguous. I don't know. But yeah, in less than an hour, we built a functioning. Oh, where did this go? I can't scroll. 1 second. Damn, this is ugly. End the stream. Add routine. Thank the viewers. Okay. Okay. It did change the icons. Okay. Can anyone see this? Normally, I'll then get it to bring the icons up here and then maybe add a bit of description, stuff like that. But I'm kind of like, just, oh, that's weird. Why did it? Oh, that's for the field. I see. Get idea, make money. Let's finish this. Okay, so, oh, nice. So instead of installing like the package for font awesome, it's essentially just like, imported it from the CDN. I've made the following visual improvements to enhance the app's functionality: icons instead of text, alignment and spacing, button color variants, and with that we have this. What do you guys think? I think it's not bad for an hour. It probably would take me way more than an hour, even if I was like, manually going back and forth between like a maybe ChatGPT or whatever and writing the code and cleaning it up by myself, copy pasting. This feels really good. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. I hope for anyone that might be coming across Goose for the first time, or if never used Goose for something like this, whatever ideas you might have, it would be nice to explore with Goose. find out the limitations. You can also share that with us. What's it called? On Discord, on GitHub, all of those things. But this was really, really fun. I'm super excited that we got to do this. But a couple minutes before I kind of like just wrap up, any goosey questions? Let's know. It is starting to look a little cute. I know, right? Nice, awesome. You guys are feeding me ideas to do more with Goose. The example application is too good to believe. I know, right? I'm glad you feel that way. That's super amazing. It is starting to look a little cute. I'm glad we got to build this out. It doesn't look like 100% pretty yet, but like there's so many things that can now be done with this. And I like the functionality part is absolutely covered. It's just like the visual thing. So thank you all. Thank you so much. This was fun. I'll see you on the next time. We'll see you the next time we have something to goose around with. So bye everyone. Thank you. Oh, 1 second, 1 second. I was about to end the stream. I have a question. What would we need to get Goose to deploy? That is a good question. I'm guessing it might be Toolkit because I don't think Goose has like integration with what's it called? Um, like your services, like is it Netlify you want to deploy to Vessel, wherever it is. So there might be some steps where if you can do it through the CLI, kind of like just give Goose. I can ask Goose anyways. That makes it fun. Um, can you deploy this to GitHub pages? But so GitHub pages. But I think there's like just a, but yeah, next live stream, definitely try it out. So it's automatically installing, GitHub pages for me, and it's kind of like just doing it. So this kind of shows that it's possible. But for those steps, we'll come back and see it in another stream. Thank you all so much. And this is why. Bounce out. Cheers.